going to review the Intel Celeron G6900. Now I've had this a few days, and we have done some benchmarks on it. We've done some gaming with it. What can I tell you about it, okay? Let's start with the price. It's supposed to cost between 40 and 50 bucks. I paid 70, 75 in there, right? Obviously overpaid. CPU is definitely not worth that much money. Was it worth 40 to 50? We'll talk about that in a little bit. There's alternatives out there, in my opinion. Performance, benchmarks, existing scores that I had in Cinebench. This was at the very bottom, okay? So it ranks 1 through 15. Cinebench R20, Cinebench R23. This was ranked 15th. It's terrible. It doesn't even come close to competing with the laptops that were shown in there that are pre-existing. Gaming. Absolutely terrible for gaming. Alright? It really drags down any decent graphics card that you're going to pair with it. Now, are there people out there that this is a good CPU for? Probably not. Alright? Let's talk about that. So, I could buy this 12th gen, pair it with, at a minimum, $100 motherboard, okay? Plus tax, maybe even shipping. And I'm set back 140, 150 bucks to have this, right? Plus all the other crap you gotta buy. You could buy a 10th gen Celeron, which honestly has got to be about the same performance. Get a motherboard much cheaper and save some money, right? Now that is probably a better bet. Next best thing, maybe get a hold of a 10th gen Pentium. Those will definitely be better than this. Okay, now obviously if you want the Celeron for low power usage, then stick with Celeron. Pentiums don't use a whole lot of power either, but they will use more than this. So that's really the only place that this has any kind of benefit. Yeah, it's super cheap. If you need a computer and you want to build a 12th gen as an experiment, hey, knock yourself out. It does have integrated graphics. What are some alternatives in 12th gen? Well, obviously in the future they're going to have Intel Pentium G7400. I believe they'll also have a couple other Pentiums in the future. Much more powerful, much better CPU, okay? It will be worth spending a little bit more. Those will probably come out in the $70, $75 range when they're out, really out there in the market. Another alternative, if you can still get it, the i3-12100F. I paid $109 for it. That thing blows this completely out of the water, right? Much better performance than you will ever get out of this, out of 10 of these probably. So, my thoughts: don't waste your money. Okay, if you're going to waste your money on a Celeron, buy a 10th gen, buy an 8th gen, just don't buy this one, okay, because it's not worth it for the motherboard. Now, those of you thinking about, hey, I'm going to buy this CPU, then I'm going to save the money I saved on the CPU, I'm going to buy a better graphics card. Yeah, you could do that, but gaming is going to be terrible with this. I've paired this only with one graphics card, the RTX 2060 Super. I thought about using one of the 3090s we have, but obviously that would be a mistake. It really dragged down the RTX 2060 Super, okay? Not to the point where it's enjoyable playing it. Obviously pairing this up with something like a GT 1030 is more at speed, but are you going to be getting decent gaming out of it? Not really, right? So it's going to suck. I can guarantee it's going to suck. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Buy something else. Why they continue to put these out, I don't know. Obviously there's a reason, right? There are certain computers that need a CPU in them. They need low power, and they're just out there to surf the internet, right? Does this do that? Yeah. It does it just fine. Now, I will continue to buy Celerons. I'll probably buy one more 12th gen. We'll arrive at the same results. A couple years from now, we'll have 14th gen. I'll buy another one of these. arrive at the same results. There is such a massive difference between this CPU and an i9. There is such a huge difference between this and just even the i3-12100. Okay, so if you decide you have to buy it, hey, that's on you. My personal thoughts are, don't waste your money. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Please like, please subscribe.